Hello everyone, HisRoyalFatness here and welcome back to the channel. Today we are starting a brand new series on the channel called How to Play and then a map. And this is not going to be a full comprehensive breakdown of maps. No one has time for a 60-minute video. Instead, this is going to be a little mini series where I show you one replay and I break down a really important position and how you can play that position given a certain situation, and I think this can be so valuable. I'm not going to show you common positions that everyone knows about. Instead, I'm going to try and use videos where I show you areas on a map that I think people really do not know or utilize often enough, and how you can break it down. I'm going to give you a full comprehensive breakdown of the position throughout the gameplay and how you can best utilize it and what its strengths and weaknesses are. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. So we are on Castilla, as I'm sure you can tell from the B-roll footage, and I'm gonna go take the Castilla hill. And if you're keeping an eye on the mini-map, you'll see that I do not have a lot of support from my team. In fact, I have no support directly, but that is not a problem. It is Castilla. I can see I have two tank destroyers setting up the camp at the top corner of the map. I have an M60 sitting on the spawn hill, and yes, that is not an ideal situation, but he's still going to provide me with cover fire, and by taking the Castilla hill, I can maintain some degree of map control because these medium tanks won't be able to freely farm my heavy tanks on C. Now, since my team is split up perfectly, I know I can hold the hill, and the position I'm going to highlight in just a moment after I bounce this Sheridan is where I'm pulling up to in just a moment, because no one seems to utilize this, or very rarely do people take this spot. I'm going to right here. And this is one of the strongest positions for the north spawn on Castilla Hill. And as I'm looking around, I have protection from the encounter cap. No one can shoot me from the windmill without overexposing themselves to my heavy tanks. I cannot get shot by tank destroyers in their spawn because the Castilla Cathedral covers me. I cannot get shot from vehicles on top of the Castilla Hill or pushing from the outside because this hill in front of me, this little mound of dirt, covers me from there. And if they were to push on me, they either have to push all the way up from below the hill or all the way out onto the open here. And as long as you have cover fire, for instance, this M60 camping on the hill and these tank destroyers sitting there covering me and these heavy tanks over at C-cap, this position is so strong. Now, when do you need to use this position? Well, quite straightforward. If you feel like you're going to get pushed on by the enemy team from underneath, from the A side of the map, right? If they're pushing from A, from south spawn, like this AMX-50B, you want to go here immediately, and you want to hug this hill because it is a very secure position. Now, it doesn't even matter if you have an overmatch. For instance, the enemy team has 4 vehicles up here, and they cannot really do anything about me without having to expose themselves to my team behind me. And that is why this position is so strong. Is firstly, if you have a vehicle of gun depression and turret armor, you're secure here, and they have to really overexpose or push themselves onto you. And if your team is covering you, they're just going to get deleted very fast. For instance, this standard B on our left, as he decides to poke out on me, yeah, he's dead immediately. I already have almost 2,000 assist damage. This Sheridan bounces a shot because it's hard for him to shoot down that little hill while I'm hugging it, and he's lost a ton of HP already. And these heavy tanks, they can't really fully put their attention to me because I have vehicles in my spawn, but at the same time, if they try doing what this AMX-50B is doing, they're getting deleted really fast. You see, I was able to pull back here, and I'm not getting shot at by anything from behind me because I'm hugging this hill, and this 50B just died, right? It's a full health tier 10 heavy tank, and it's just dead like that. And the mistake people make oftentimes when they're on this map is they hug that hill in front of me. You see that big hill right around where the Sheridan is, they hug that the entire game, and they get pushed on, and they get instantly deleted by vehicles like that 50B and the ST1 because they don't have good cover, right? They can't pull into cover and resist the YOLO, whereas when you're in this position, they have to really overexpose themselves to kill you. And if you can read the map and understand that, hey, it's very likely the enemy team is going to push below me and start putting me into a crossfire, and you can understand when that situation is going to happen more often in Supremacy games, then you can pull back into that position I've highlighted and stay very well protected, get a lot of spotting, right? I got over almost 2,500 assistance damage this game just by sitting there, just by spotting up the vehicles, and I've already dealt close to 3,000 damage, and it is so strong. I think it is almost criminal that no one has really talked about this position or really highlighted it at all. I utilize this all the time, and I've had a lot of games where I've really clutched because I was just able to hold there. I've had games where I died, but the enemy team lost 4 vehicles to kill me, and if you're thinking in terms of effective trading, that is a very good trade. If you can hold a position, and even if you die and don't do a ton of damage, but 4 of the enemy team dies to kill you, you've done your team a really good job. You've done a good job for your team, and it's all about that. Now, no position is infallible, as I've just stated. You can die there, you can get YOLO'd there, but more often than not, if you're keeping an eye on what your team is doing and you set up appropriately, the enemy team is going to lose a lot of HP and a lot of tanks to kill you in that position. And that is what this little video is just all about. It's just that one spot, and why you need to be aware of it, and when you need to know you need to pull into it. I use it all the freaking time, and I think more people should really be aware of it. So, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I know it was a short one, but, you know, I want to keep this new series simple and short, just straight to the point, so you guys can fully understand what I'm talking about. And there definitely will be more videos like this coming. Not sure when. It's going to be sporadic and in no particular order. I could do more videos on Castilla. I can do some on Port Bay. You never know. So, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please feel free to like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. You guys are awesome, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.
Saeed on the mix.